This week's Parshas Bamidbar. In the Parshas Bamidbar, we start discussing the way the camp of the Jewish people is. And it talks about where they encamped, how they were all encamped around the Mishkan, and the Leviim, or the Mishkan, and how they would take the Mishkan apart, and they would go ahead and carry it, and what they did, and how they set things up. All the discussions of that, and who took what, which families of the Leviim took which parts of the Mishkan, all discussed in this week's Parsha. At the end of the Parsha, there's a very interesting pasuk. It says in Perek Dalet, pasuk Tezayin, Ufekudas elazar ben Aaron HaKohen shemen hamor k'toras hasamim u'minchas hatamid v'shemen hamishka pekudas kol hamishkan v'chol hashabo v'kodesh v'kelim. Elazar ben Aaron, Elazar the son of Aaron, he was in charge of, the end of the pasuk says, everything. Okay? And we'll see why he's in charge of everything. And he carried the shemen, the oil for the menorah, the ketores, and the minchas hatamid. Some Farshim say there's the mincha that Kohen Gadol brought every day, and the anointing oil. So, why is he, we're going to see in a minute, why is he carrying this? Why is it his job? The answer is because Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, the pasuk says in Perek Lamed Gimel, Perek Gimel, pasuk Lamed Beis, it says, Nesiei HaLeviim, the chief, the head of all the Leviim, is Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen. He is the man who is in charge of everything. The truth is, Elazar HaKohen is the crown prince. Because after Aaron, who becomes the Kohen Gadol, Elazar, that's his job. And that indeed he became the Kohen Gadol later at the end of the 40 years. Right? So he took over for his father. And therefore, it's his job to be carrying these things. Why dafka these things? So, the Mefarshim say, first of all, if you look at what he's carrying here, he's carrying a tremendous load. Because if he's carrying all the oil for all year, right, he's carrying something like 200, 300 liters of oil. That's pretty heavy, right? And the ketores for the whole year is also 365 manim. It's a big load. And so some of Farshim say that for that reason, he didn't carry it himself. He was just in charge of it. He would give it to somebody else, that somebody else should carry it for him. And why dafka these things? So Shimshon Fahur says, because these things represent the essence of the Mishkan. The shemen lama'or, the oil for the lights. This represents the light of the Mishkan, right? This represents what the Mishkan is supposed to show us and teach us for the world. The Kedusha, having Hashem among us. As well as the Ketores, the aura, the sense of it, the uplifted feeling of the Ketore, right? And the mincha, the Kohen Gadol, that's the mincha that he brings every day to show we're ready to go, to put ourselves into the efforts of serving Hashem with a freshness every single day. And these are the things that the Ruach, the Musar, the Or, these are the things that Elazar has in his charge. You're in charge of this. To a certain extent, it's that we're saying to Elazar, you're going to take over. So you've got to be carrying these ideas and these concepts with you, because you've got to carry it over to the next generation. It's a very beautiful lesson. The lesson is that if you want to ensure continuity, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till there's nobody there. While you're alive, while you're strong, give over the torch to the next generation and direct them and show them what they're supposed to be representing, what they're supposed to be living, what they're supposed to carry on. Right? The Torah is teaching us continuity only comes when while you're in your prime, you're already giving it over and letting the next generation start. However, the Mefarshim, Medrash, says that Elazar HaKohen did not give these things to anybody. He carried it all himself. Obviously, it was a miracle. But he undertook to carry it himself. Why? It's so much. It's so difficult. It's so hard. So I think over here that there's another important lesson. The lesson is that the greatest leadership of the Jewish people is by example. We don't believe in leaders that they stand up, they're ivory tower leaders, or they're leaders who are just they're strong people. They're gonna show that we know everything. No. A leader is a leader who lives, who undertakes the load and the effort and the tremendous masa of being and living and doing what the Klal Yisrael stands for. And therefore, a leader has to be ready to shoulder the responsibilities and take it all upon himself. And that's why Gedolei Yisrael have never just been scholars. You have some great scholars, but they didn't become Gedolei Yisrael. Because the people who became the Gedolei Yisrael were the people who not only were scholars, but they lived. They had the Mesiras Nefesh to be tzaddikim in what they did, to be balei midos, to be exemplary by their own lives of what Torah represents for life. Scholarship, action, behavior. That's what a gadol is. And Eliezer said, if I'm supposed to be the leader of the next generation, I have to accept that burden upon myself to make sure that I live it, that I physically do and live what a leader is supposed to represent and is supposed to be. And therefore, he didn't give it over to anybody else. He himself shouldered it himself. Obviously, HaKadosh Baruch Hu helped him because he was getting himself ready for his future role.